Loves the dualies in the CT pistol. He's pulled them out. He's trying to draw them in. He wants them to come fighting. Well, careful what you wish for. JT with the first, but it's the second set of dualies that'll start to rattle away. Once again, JT, the player to lay the lead in the head. And now it's down to 3 players left for Astralis. One of which inside of the B site. It is Zipex. We're going to hold this as here comes Complexity attacking through. Zip slips on by to the left side. Farley helping him, and Zip with a follow-up. It's all down to Floppy in a 1v3, leaping in towards the B site under so much pressure from so many different angles. And finally, an end will be put to the first round of Overpass. Astralis will take it. I mean... Ooh. JT's dig in towards connectors, taking out Farley. Config and BlameF taking a couple back. At least 1 kill for Floppy, and Grim follows up. How does this happen? How Complexity got themselves into the 2v2? Zipex just inside of the bathrooms, decapitates Floppy and puts it all onto Grim. He's expressing his frustrations in his own individual performance not so long ago as well. Held away. Zip just playing in and around the pillar, sends Glaive out for the fight, and Fine with some important kills opens up a chance into the B site. Junior will follow up upon that, and Complexity have found their way into the B site safely. Bomb plant's going to go through 2.
2 players low on the Complexity side. At least there's no nades, but BlameF is still alive, and he can definitely be deadly.
Yeah, Floppy is the player that needs to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, and he is going to be the first point of contact, and he will win the fight versus BlameF. So that's the rifle gone. And Farley's on the scout. He's nowhere near the site. No kid on his back right now. He does have a smoke available. Needs this kill. Shot will land to the chest, but not enough damage done for the kill. Sports Junior has to be aware that some of them are low, but Junior to the headshot and Complexity to their first round. Glaive climbs up on another boost this time. Oh, peering down into the B site. It's good for a kill on Floppy. Junior trades it out. Fine gets deep, but in Zipex with a deagle. He's got the pick back, and to thrust Junior into the clutch, and he is caught on 2 sides. It is BlameF that'll close it out. And Astralis bounce right back after their first round loss.
Glaive coming through with huge impact in that round. Got a triple kill with the only rifle that Astralis really had in the round. So important that he was able to drop down, that he was able to reposition for that second. And even though Complexity started doubling it back to B, lost too many players. Junior left in a 1-on-3, which wasn't winnable.
You play what you can.
Ooh, good shot from Grim. Would definitely like to see Farlig showing up too, but it's actually the digs from Complexity we got to talk about. I thought this round was going to be pretty one-sided for Astralis, but Complexity, you got something to say about that?
Still could be, you know, you still could close this one out. He's got a good start here. Grim catches Config inside a connector, so we are going to need to see more out of Zip and Farley in this team to deliver us in the 25 seconds left. An Astralis round. The AK is going to hold. Floppy crosses out. Low HP. The rifle should take him down immediately. Even better with a headshot. But Zip needs to be careful, and he has isolated these fights very well. Zipex just shutting it down. The bomb rolls to his feet. 10 seconds left. Fine has to go back and get the bomb, and it's rolled down into the water, and in the distraction and in the confusion, Farley brings him down, but it's all about Zipex. It's all about that hold as he now goes up 9-3.
You see Zipex, he kind of backs up into a position where he's exposed from way more angles because he's looking for the kill. Here come those fights, and the players aren't really able to peek together as efficiently as they should have.
Hey guys, as always, make sure to check out hotpizza.gg, the best website to open cases, and not only. Recently, they've added the old but gold classic mode, where many players add their skins and the winner takes it all. The catch is, the more you add, the bigger chance of winning you have. Here, for example, I bet my gut knife black lemonade for $108, which gave me 30% chance of winning the round. And luckily, I won and took all the bank of $354. Withdrawing skins is super easy. Just go to your inventory and select the skins you want to withdraw. And in less than a minute, you'll receive a trade offer. So, if you wanna play too, Hot Pizza has many different payment methods, as well as a cool bonus from me. Use code VLADAPART to get 50 cents for free. Link will be in description below.
Config hasn't seen anything otherwise, so he will tell his teammates that they're not coming back through middle, so Astralis could actually just bolster this B defense as now Farley sees them early. Astralis could be ready for this.
Flashes into the site. Farlig not blinded for long enough, and Zipex is still on the site with Glaive to assist. He's going to drop down into water, doubling up with his teammate, and Glaive goes aggressive. That gives the fight away. 15 seconds remaining. The rotate is arriving, but it might not even be needed. Zipex with another kill.
Yeah, this B side is closed right now. They've both moved forward into the smoke, making it impossible for JT to get away with a plant. The kill for Config comes through. It's 2 for him in the round, as he now might just be regretting this map pick early. Our problem is, we talk about the confidence issues for the likes of a Complexity, right? The fact that, do they have enough grit and determination in them if they go down significantly to try and mount the comeback, to rally the troops? I don't know, especially when you start to think about the fact that it could be the season done for them. Line up, Blame F, got good double. Farley's in behind him.
Those plays still scare me somewhat when they're against the Pistols.
Still got plenty of time. But if they commit in towards A, they would have to deal with Glaive inside of the site and Farley on top of the bin. So easy lineup for Glaive in the end. 2 kills come in, Junior and Grim both laid down, and 6-1. And because of the amount of time left, they might take even more time.
Complexity are wrapping into long from bathrooms.
Wow.
I don't know if Astralis will expect that.
Yeah, but he's going to see a couple players here. That's execution onto 2. Farley very quick at getting those 2 quick headshots. Junior and Floppy down, and that's taken one of the prongs of the approach out of the question.
Astralis think it's B right now.
Yeah, because Farley just cleared long, right? So, yeah, this is a good opportunity for Complexity to get back in. Even if they get the bomb down, right? That's the trust breaking down right there.
Well, they have kits, so they have a good bit of time. Grim needs to get some kills right now.
Oh, Grim delivers 1 onto Glaive. He's going to need a little bit more than that, though. Config is the second fight, and that's too much for Grim to handle, leaving it all onto JT, who's out towards long. 1 kill onto Farley. Now they're honed in on his position. There's going to be a lot of people hungry for his head, and JT able to get away with a couple. Time was starting to tick there, but Astralis will take it, 7-1. Yeah, this is going to be hard to
they're going to flash
through.
Config in aggressively.
Oh, he's going to go in for the fight, peeks around, and the play does not work. It likely would have been more effective to not do that, but see if the defense can hold strong enough here for Astralis anyway. Flank is going to get spotted by Junior. Grim able to follow up 2, and the kills all coming through here for Complexity. Fine brings down Blame F, and they fight their way through the site. So easy pickings in the end for Complexity.
Was a question, and that question has now been put into practice.
Zip gets caught, awkward position. He couldn't see much, and Floppy gets the double onto Farley and Glaive. Not bad at all, but yeah, double up retake of the B site in a 2v4, not gonna happen. Astralis should see the save of these 2 ops. So they're gonna be hiding around the safe side of the wall. You'll save everything on over. So money's starting to build here for Complexity.
Jiggle peeking on the angle. Oh, he's just gone away from it as JT moves into short.
But Config, I think, seen him on the jump, so he can come back and actually play from water. Still really good setup here for Astralis, but
then already?
They didn't see him. Config didn't spot it, but now they know. Now they know, and they're going to try and adjust to it. Zip is going to get a double. JT and Floppy in with a couple, and Zipex again. Just another multi-kill hold on the B site. 14-7 right now for Zipex. That's 4 kills in the round. I'm not sure if they blow up anymore.
Wow.
Maybe I was just on a bugged server that one day.
Who knows?
Well, Junior got to save his AWP, so that's something. That's something to party about.
Yeah, there's not much you can do as the AWPer in this round when it's just a B commit that gets completely shut down by Zipex.
He just sits in the same position and he's just a turret.
Still a couple of players stacked onto B, and that's where Complexity will be making their final move. Everyone grouped here. Couple of smokes for the site. They've got to overcome these 2 rifles. Yeah,
smokes deployed in the site. JT rips apart Glaive. So the initial holder, and Farley, not the cleanest opping out of Farley right now. That's a sitter for a professional opper. He just couldn't quite get it over the line.
That's the sort of thing you need to see for Complexity.
Yeah, it's been great. Grim has been a part of a lot of openings over the recent rounds as well here.
Yeah.
Junior blinded. They're really aggressive here, Astralis, realizing they have the weaker weapons. It is better to try and take a risk, and a risk they will take. Glaive gets a double somehow, brings down 2 players in Complexity with the MP9, and switches out to the AK instead. Now Complexity in a pretty rough position. They're down 2 players. And they haven't really got any ground back. Look what they have to break through. When they go around this corner, there's 3 players waiting for them.
Oh, one of them's gone, but Glaive with the AK was set up to wait for those heads to peek over the top, and they're not ready for Config. He closes the half with 9 rounds for Astralis. Not looking too bad for them. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
He's going to be over here. He's going to spot it out first, and immediately as he peeks, it's blamef straight away to the Goosh and the kill on the follow-up. So much damage being done by Astralis. Finally, a shot goes back here for Complexity, but it is just one. Bomb loose, second kill good for Floppy. This time through the smoke onto Config. Astralis need to put the bomb down. Glaive's picked it up, but he's going into the lion's den. He's going into the fight. Farley's taking one, but Glaive gets pushed on 2 sides. Good reactions here for Complexity, and the bomb is loose again for Astralis. They've got to go and pick it up. Luckily, it looks like Complexity are at least giving them that. You can pick up the bomb. You can even get a plant. But it means Complexity have to play this in a retake fashion.
Finally committing to that plant, but that's allowing time for Complexity to start to sneak up. Farley stuck on the site.
Nice
He's
shot.
dealt with.
That's ridiculous.
Zipex has been playing well, though.
He has. Oh, chance perhaps on towards Junior. Was so low in health. The kit's been picked up. The kit is being picked up. The tap is there. Zip needs to go for the peak. If he takes out Junior, it just takes 1 bullet, but Floppy's covering him off. And the stick on the kit, it should be the defuse, but Zip peeks out, denies it, and gets the double. A clutch for Zip, added to the tally. 10 rounds for Astralis.
Bomb currently outside B. In fact, there are players pushing onto B right now, and unfortunately for Junior, he only has the scout, so a tag will land, but he has to concede site control. And Glaive out of ammo, but only a MAC-10 dropped. blamef still sticking around. Could be another gun picked up if they can clear him out.
Or it could be a couple of kills, and it's your one. Hawkhead is another gun available to Complexity.
Careful.
It's a lovely shot from JT2. Farley decides to fight him, and now Complexity in with a real shot at Zip. It's been great so far. Damage onto 1 and 2. Grim and Fine both fall foul to the rifle. And Zipex looking for JT's life too. He'll be close to claiming it. No real contest for the round here on Complexity, but a lot of damage being sprinkled out across the Astralis side. Bomb will go off. Time is gone. And that ends up being the 12th round for Astralis. It puts them 4 away from victory here on Overpass. Maybe he can get on the board a bit here on the T side too. Oh, a nice shot from Junior. That's Config out of there, and Glaive goes down as well to the American sniper.
This is one of the issues Astralis can have sometimes, not having the utility there on the bathroom's control. Now they almost feel forced into moving into B, but this is a weak bomb site right now. Rotate's going to get here, though.
Oh, good kill from Grim. Bomb now loose, and the rest of the rotation is successful for Complexity. 7 rounds added to the CT side.
And another monster smoke has just been deployed. One of the A players threw that, but Astralis are going to try and beat that smoke.
Well, a couple of kills for Flying held down. Glaive and Config gone. Ooh. Finally, they put enough pressure on towards him to crack open the monster defender, but... Oh, lovely shot from Junior. blamef down without issue. Farley finally getting one back for Astralis, but in the end, Complexity hold on. 2 players stay up.
I think finally Grim will come to help on B, and he's going to be needed because this looks like a B play set up for Astralis.
Oh, 2 players on the right side. Zip doesn't get any of them, but he does pass information on, but Floppy holding. He can't stop the flop, it turns out. Finally, they put an end to him. It's Fine holds for a double kill himself. It's great. Fantastic, in fact, from Complexity on the monster hold. Oh, Junior and Floppy. Couple of kills, no problem. Glaive.
The bomb's in party.
Able to get one, but yeah, you bring up a great point. It's in a rough spot, but they have just left and gone back down into B. So now the bomb is actually very recoverable. Turning point for Astralis. Can Config get anything more than one done? That's the first. Second is good for Config. Can't hold for the third, but damage is already being inflicted upon Complexity, who now have to retake versus the 2 remaining players of Astralis. Bomb goes down, is locked in towards the site. It's blamef and Glaive looking to close this one. Cliff sits on top of the truck, forced away by the Molotov, and he can't get away. Fine will peek him, but the trade from blameF is very quick. He'll go into the bathrooms instead to try and play out the rest of this round. One flash available for blameF to try and buy some time, to try and make things a little difficult, and Junior will be blinded. Upon the peak, blameF spots he's not on the defuse. He goes again, and this time is immediately greeted with a headshot. 13 rounds for Astralis.
In those positions, and you can see everything he does is with conviction. Great that Config could get this multi-kill too. That's what puts it into a 2v2 retake. And then blameF just found that angle for the initial trade, which was so important to make sure it was setting up outside this site. Oh, the monster aggression, oh no.
Oh, Floppy, in fact, catching him looking the wrong way, but luckily Config gets the double. It is essential that Config is successful in those two fights, and blameF able to open up through short two. JT's been spotted jumping down, but Config once again delivering impact. His third kill of the round.
Yeah, and the rest of the team honestly might just fully say.
Stolen the gun away as well. That's great. That's fantastic, in fact, here for Complexity. But Glaive is on the hunt, and he has pulled it back. He does not let them have the AK for long, and he knows the AWP was here. He has to have known. He was searching for Junior, but Junior caught his blind side, and Glaive will go down to it. Config has slipped his way through the bathrooms, and they're getting grounded towards this A site. They should consider long momentarily, and JT, what's he going to do with a USP? Even if he does get the first headshot, it's not enough damage to get the kill, and he gets turned on. Zip will get rid of him.
Sadly couldn't afford it. So this is what Complexity was saving for. 15-10 down. They need to be flawless throughout the rest of regulation to try and bring boost early, and Fang playing in connector. Oh, nice flash though, forces the boost away. Now Fang has to be a little careful.
Oh, Zip. Kill on Fang, he does find him, and the advantage picked up for Astralis. It is now looking so good for them to take this first map. blameF has removed Floppy. It is now just Grim, JT, and Junior. Their map pick coming into the series. The map that we're able to pick up versus Astralis.
Oh.
But it is not looking so good right now at all. Config, the lightning headshot, goes forward for another. And it is just a moment before Junior will go down. And Astralis lock themselves in victory. Overpass will go their way. They take map 1 versus Complexity, and they are looking to sail their way further in this competition. And looking to take it 2-0 over the North American side. Good reason. Fight towards outside. Astralis, heavy commitment towards this side of the map. It is Fang who is there early. Config with one at least for Astralis, but 2 have gone the way of Complexity, putting it into a 4 versus 3. A lot of time still left. The Zip has actually slipped his way out towards the top side. He could cause a few problems here for Complexity.
Oh, nice shot from Grim on towards Glaive, and now Complexity can feel much more comfortable. Zipex is still sitting in position. He is going to make his move, but now he's been spotted. And now they might try and enclose on his position. Grim is still fighting. He goes down, but at long range, JT favored with the USP.
Feels capable of doing so. He goes towards Decon to play this one. Bomb planted for him. Immediately takes the shot onto JT. Sees Floppy. Sees the smoke deployed under the bomb, and that will create a bit more pressure for blameF. Junior has the kit sticking it inside of the smoke. Should be good enough to get the round win, and it will be. And Floppy ensures it with a kill on blameF as well. So pistol picked up here for Complexity. Bit of money for Astralis off the plant.
Already in possession, and we were asking for some aggressive yard play from Complexity. They've gone for that early, but Grim just got caught on the side of the smokes. That's going to allow Config down secret, and now ramp is wide open. Astralis could split this B site here.
Floppy's position is strong, but he's fought from so many different sides. He had to fight both sides of the ramp and then got pushed on the double doors. So Floppy just overrun it.
This may be a little concerning for Complexity that they couldn't.
A minute 5 seconds. Floppy sees the ramp presence, decides to drop back, and Config from Credit Card finds himself in a pesky position and deals damage from it. But Complexity, it's all about the ramp hole, and they've done very well. They've taken down the entire approach from Astralis, leaving just Config coming in from hell, and JT's going to turn to find him to bring him down. Around collected for Complexity.
They have Throwing a couple of smokes towards Yard, putting up that wall of smokes. Grim will be playing down Secret early, but Astralis not following the smokes outside. They're going for the A play, an early 1-for-1 trade, and Config gets that all-important kill. Trading Glaive early, but Junior's going to keep the numbers even.
Yeah, good pick from Junior on towards Config. It's important to keep it even for the time being, but the plant will come in. Astralis now have that down. And AK and an M4, but they back up into Grim, who waits outside of Squeaky. Now he starts to think about all the other positions Astralis could be playing from, and he did consider Farley for a moment, but Grim gets caught with an aid in hand, and that's an easy kill for Farley. BlameF plays from Hut, peeks up towards Heaven, and catches out Floppy, thrusting Junior into the clutch, and doesn't feel strong enough right now to go for that. So he is going to call it off, saving his AWP instead of throwing it away to the wind. And he'll carry that on over, realizing the economic implications of losing that round and losing that AWP might just come back to bite him. So Astralis once more find a round win, and it really is back and forth at the beginning of this game. And you know, as much as there's forced by war, there's back and forth, it's exciting to watch. It will eventually favor the T-side economy. CT side will start to crumble shortly if this continues.
Yeah, this is more of that setup I want to see from Astralis more frequently. Glaive going in first definitely makes a big difference when he gets the entry.
He needs to make this AWP sing. And they've pushed forward in towards Ramper, and they've got a lot of control in towards the vending machines. It is one for Junior. Second kill is good for Junior as well. His teammate Fine delivers one quickly out from the CZ. Config and Farlick, though, again, a kills for Astralis, just keeping them ahead. And it puts Junior into the 1 versus 2. This is winnable. This is a winnable one for Junior, especially with how damaged Config is. The nade will go down, and half HP of Farlick is gone, but Junior is about to get caught. Config is tracking him on the quick wrap from Heaven. He's coming around the backside. There's no way Junior's ready for this. Config has the round, and it's Astralis taking the lead, 3-2. And that is frustrating for Junior. A couple of nice shots put down in towards lobby, but quick reactions from Config to read the Heaven play and get around the back before Junior even considers. Oh, BlameF, a solid, an easy kill here with the Mac 10. He's going to look to make some money with that Mac. He's pulled up a Glock, actually. BlameF will go down through the pistols. The rest of his team cleaning it up, and Astralis will take a 4th round on the board. And finally, we're going to see 30 seconds. The pop for Astralis begins to come through. Floppy's got the first. Farley gets down. Grim flies up the vent. JT gets the lineup of 2. Config and Glaive both go down. It's BlameF trying his best, but unimpactful in the end.
Would have put that incendiary down to slow the push. That means that Grim can rotate. Just getting a kill on the ladder. Most importantly means that JT
is the only option. Floppy, can he hold it? He's got Junior here, and what a shot from Config, but Floppy, they have to realize he should be still around here somewhere, and BlameF will not leave that stone unturned. The kill's starting to come through for Astralis. 4 versus 2, down into the B site they will run. Maybe even an AWP can be salvaged, but Config is on top of it, spots out Grim. Another kill for Astralis, and it's now just Fine, who might not get away with his life either. He's surrounded by Astralis players, and eventually Config will spot him, and just one bullet is enough. Fine goes down. Config really has come out the gate, just full. Yeah, I mean, right now it's looking like Astralis should have no issue just running wherever they want, but Junior has stopped BlameF with a no-scope, and JT stopped Farley, so here we go. This is more like it from Complexity.
Now this round gets very interesting. AK for Grim. Junior can still have a lot of time in the round to work with that AWP, maybe reposition. And another kill. Glaive caught out over towards Squeaky. Good timing on the peak from Fang. Grim out in the open towards Yard. I don't think Config's expecting this position. Oh, maybe.
Config will be checked, will not check Grim. Grim has had a drought of kills throughout this one, but finally gets a little taste of victory again. It is short-lived as it puts him in the ground quickly after. But, you know, we talk about Zip makes clutches, but, yeah, this one probably ain't going into the book. So, Fine gets rid of Zip. A round picked up for Complexity, and, yeah, it's a great round to find. Starts with a no-scope.
definitely a possibility. I do still think that Astralis have those yard smokes they can fall back on at pretty much any time. They might do that here, but it's an aggressive play from Complexity.
Yeah, it seems like Complexity were aware of that possibility too, so they try and meet them head on. Unfortunately for Junior, he goes down to the AWPer on the other side of things, but every other fight is going the way of Complexity. Flying with a double, Firelig and Config both down, and that's the bomb loose. If you want to get that back, Astralis, you got to go into Fang, and he is having fun and outside right now. This is just incredible. Regarding Config's performance at the event, it was within 44 rounds that Config had played at Cologne. He had 12 kills in 44 rounds and 29 deaths in 44 rounds. So he has decided he's not going to even take the shot. He's going to just reposition quickly. Now realizing Astralis running down into lower, JT is the player tasked with dealing with it. It's one kill, but Glaive and Firelig answering back and getting a couple through here for Astralis. Junior with a quick, decisive rotation has got back in time to try and patch up a hole in the B site.
Oh, he's going to get there before Junior tries to fall back.
That's sad.
Well, at least Floppy now knows that he can't go that way.
Sorry, Junior. Sounds like I'm talking to a kid. Oh, Floppy. He's got Glaive at least, that's one. He'll back away, AWP picked up, and Floppy will start to run away. Saving the AWP in towards CT spawn. And that'll add another round to Astralis' tally. It picked up, they've already won the half.
It's not a great buy for Astralis, and it might be a fast play with these weaker guns.
Yeah, it's fast, and will Complexity handle the pace of this? It is quick out from Zip. One kill straight away. Second on the follow-up. Junior and Fine getting at least a couple of kills. That's not a bad shot by Junior by any means. Quick and accurate. Bomb goes down. Astralis have forced it into the post plant. Will they be able to convert on this? It's do or die now for Complexity. You've got to go for the retake attempt. Here they go. Kills are in for Astralis. Just down to Floppy. The time too far gone. Not enough. And that is going to be a heartbreaking way to finish. You've got to feel Complexity had a good shot at that if they just went a little earlier. But Astralis will leave the first half with a 9-6 scoreline. They are beelining towards a 2-0 victory over Complexity and knocking out the North Americans.
Into it, Glaive again with the dualies. We've seen him have them so many times, but this time it is Zepex who's forced out of position early, and they're going to follow up onto the position he's fallen back to. He's still looking to land these shots. Complexity still looking to close that gap. They just can't get him. He keeps getting away.
Yeah, just keeps running away. The one that got away, but Config certainly won't let Fine get away. JT, make sure the Glaive is down on the jewel. Berettas aren't doing too much at all. Config gets into the vent and getting close and personal with a Glock. Never the best scenario to be in, so the kill goes JT's way. BlameF makes sure that he gets the quick trade back. Complexity and Floppy coming around the flank. I thought that was about to be a powerful position, but BlameF has other ideas and puts him in the ground. But Junior coming in from the same position. Once again, it is BlameF that goes around and stops that from happening. BlameF with 3 in the round, make it 4. He'll get back to the defuse. BlameF brings down all the Complexity players that were causing him any issue. And that has got to break the back of Cole. That is going to feel so rough. You had double flank. You had 2 players on the flank, and BlameF turns back for both.
Nah, Harry just hits headshots.
No, he just hits headshots. Nothing but head. Well, BlameF.
That's a headshot.
Yeah, that's a headshot. That one's not. Fang is out of there, but it doesn't really matter when BlameF has got 3 kills already in the round. We're definitely seeing that BlameF CT start getting it going. JT coming out the door. It's one onto Glaive, but now they're alerted to his position, and look who is coming. BlameF is coming through main. Luckily, JT got away. He's going to go down and try and come out decon, but Zip is waiting for him on the lower side. JT knocked out 11 rounds for Astralis. Money gone for Complexity. They didn't get a bomb plant either in that previous round, so they can't really...
But now Fang's stolen a rifle away.
Well, BlameF is not going to have too many issues with that, but yeah, wow, indeed. Grim with a beautiful headshot. Just going to open up a chance to charge down into the lower bomb side. BlameF getting back over it alongside Farley. Going to try and make this one happen together. Fine with 1. Oh, Floppy on the follow-up. It's all crumbling for Astralis. You know, when you keep 3 players up, potentially there is still a chance to recover, but when those 2 kills come in that quickly, that's the knockout right there. Great stuff from Complexity. That's not bad at all.
Just some incredible shots landing throughout this round. Did not expect to see those sorts of shots coming in this round.
Config was 11-4 early in the game, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a way to get the kills back. He might just turn this in the entire round. He's got the kid on his back, and Config's coming out swinging, trying to find the last player, but time was ticking. He was forced to run out and not be so methodical, and Fang will pull it out. But my God, that was nearly the recovery for Config.
I just can't believe they were all fighting him.
Yeah, you realize who's on the other side of the server, right? Scary business, but lovely shot from Grim. That's the moment that really opens up the chance to win the round.
Great shots, but yeah, this is the transfer on the stairs. I guess they were assuming.
Window shattered open. Config to play in the cubby. Zip up in the rafters alongside of him. It has been a bit of a quieter CT performance than we've seen on map 1 from Zip, but Glaive is nipped at the heels to come around the back of Junior, and it's all just crumbling. It's all coming to a halt. Complexity gets sandwiched and crushed, and really everything is gone from the round apart from Fang, and he now joins them in that pile. 13 rounds for Astralis. Money is gone now for the majority of players over on Complexity. Floppy has a bit of extra cash. Eventually, it has to be an explosive play into the A site and hoping JT can get into main. That really is the only option left now for Complexity. And Config is in a good spot to try and deal with it first. Grim's head no longer attached. Config gets the double. Sprays down, gets 3. Floppy and Fang a couple of kills here for Complexity, but that is all they will be able to take. It is another moral victory, perhaps for a minor league coach, but it is down to Floppy to try and recover it. 5 seconds left on the timer, not enough time to put the bomb down, and they realize that. Astralis just playing with him right now. Running the clock down, 15 locked in. Series point for Astralis, elimination for Complexity looming. And you can see that they just don't have a lot to work with.
Incredible transfer from Config. Always love seeing the AK in his hands, especially here on CT side. Good headshot height, and then just so quick with that transfer on towards JT.
Smokes heading their way towards outside, creating a deeper variation to the wall of smokes, allowing a cross into main if desired. The reaction to this is to find a gap on the top left side of it as Blamev boosts upon his teammate's head and takes down JT. Astralis have the answers to everything Complexity are throwing at them, and that has been the way for the whole series. Complexity had glimpses, moments of competition, but that might just be coming to a close. Glaive holds from main, peeks around the back, they line up. Glaive brings down 2, Fang and Floppy both out of there. And it's Junior that goes down. Astralis will take out Complexity. They will stay afloat. They'll move forward here in Cologne and have a chance to move through from the play-in to the main event. But for Complexity, their loss streak extends to 10. And it's time to see if they can get a win down the line, but not to be.